Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of The Edge. My name is Clement Monarch, and I'm here today on a Monday of another holiday weekend coming up. Yes, it's another holiday weekend coming up, and there's usually, of course, a lot of conversation about what happens on Labor Day Monday as well in terms of the march. Some people feel as if that the politics has taken it over. Some people feel as if that it should be a union march. So we're going to do an open line today. So if you have any comments on that, please let us know. Of course, we've had another weekend or week of accidents again on the roads, including one fatality over the weekend, and that's very, very sad. So if you have any comments on that as well, let us know. I know that there were 2 charges laid in 2 fatal accidents as well last week. So we're looking for solutions. I don't understand it. Is it that we have too many cars on the road? Is it that people are not taking their time driving? I don't know. So our numbers are 662-8674, 465-1977, 465-1903, and that 662-8674 number is a WhatsApp number. So if you're overseas, you can call us at 1-869-662-8674. And we're going to just do a little bit of updates here for you on stuff that people should be expecting. The St. Kitts Cricket Association is holding their biannual meeting and elections on Monday, 19th May at the Royal St. Kitts Conference Room at 6 p.m. Members are encouraged to renew their membership before 8th May 2025. Members wishing to hold a post in the upcoming elections to serve as executive and management members are hereby required to write a letter of intent on or before Thursday, 8th May 2025. And I want to say big congratulations again to the students from Charles E. Mills, that's SEMS, who represented us really well in the pen relays. So congratulations again to them. And let's in the mold of more cricket. Here in St. Kitts, the CWI Cricket West Indies Under 19 3-day and 50-over tournament takes place here in St. Kitts right after the music festival, June 29th to July 30th. So that's cricket. And then, of course, right before that, 5 days before the end of this tournament, Australia will be in St. Kitts for a series of 3 T20 games as well. Coming up, the Cool and Smooth, that's another cricket tournament taking place in St. Kitts again. I'm telling you, we're bombarded with cricket this year. And the Cool and Smooth, this is the second edition of the Cool and Smooth. Starts on the 15th of May, ends on the 25th of May. And these games are going to be taking place at the Warner Park Stadium. So that's where we're at. In international news, Donald Trump celebrates his 100 days in office tomorrow. So these are all, topics for us to discuss. How do you think he's done so far? The polling doesn't look really good for him. Right now, he's at 41%. And they say the only people he has beaten for the last the last 80 years is his own self. So I don't know. I mean, so give us a call. Let us know exactly what's on your mind. We can talk about any of those topics or anything that you have in mind as well. And as I say again, our numbers are WhatsApp 662-8674, 465-1977, 465-1903, and we're definitely want to hear from you. As I said, the traffic is a serious concern here in St. Kitts. Maybe not so much in Nevis. But I don't know. It just seems as if that I don't know what the excuse is. Some people say we have too many cars. Some people say people are speeding. You know, it's going crazy. It's not good at all. Let's go to. Well, looks like we're gonna get our first caller in. We're going to the phones for a call on the Edge. All right. Good morning. Welcome to the Edge.
Yes, good morning, Monarch. Thank you. I just want to share my concern about the road traffic accident.
Yes.
I think that people are not concentrating. There are too many distractions. The cell phone, that is the big distraction.
Yeah, it is.
And overtaking. They are overtaking more than they should. Okay, that is my 2 cents. Thank you.
All right. Well, we definitely appreciate that. Yes, I mean it could be distractions as well because, yeah, I mean if you're not concentrating on the road and the overtaking, I heard people say folks are passing them on the left. Well, we don't have many, or if any, 3-lane roads in St. Kitts. So, okay, well, let's take this call and see what they have to say. Good morning. Welcome to the Edge.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
I am doing wonderful.
You know, when they showed your first background, it was looking every time, but now they look so nice.
Say that again. Your phone looked like it went a little bit low.
Huh?
Go ahead. Now I can hear you better.
Okay. You understand what I just said?
No, go ahead and repeat it, please.
Okay, I have a concern, right?
Uh-huh.
I have to go and cut my eye. My eye, that's right. 2 years ago, I went, and they did not say that was to the other doctor. Now I go now. They tell me I have to go to Cricket Bay by a doctor to them sign a paper. And I don't think that's right. And especially for elderly. I went to the hospital this morning, and nobody could give me the answer about it. So somebody had to look into it. Because you just send it to a doctor. Oh, but they don't want to pay, and they still don't want to pay to put your eye. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Did they say whether this was a service that they don't provide at the hospital?
I went to the office just now, and nobody know what to tell me. But I must still go put it there. Paper. And if this week is your last, when you're leaving, let us know. Don't leave like thief in the night like a friend.
Okay, I will. Well, I hope that everything works out fine for you as it relates to that. I don't know. I mean, I know that there are probably certain operations or certain things that they're probably not able to do at the hospital, because I remember I had to be referred to a private eye doctor as well some years ago because the facility at that point wasn't available at the hospital. I'm not sure what the status is now. I know there have been some upgrades. But yes, hope that everything works out fine for you and you get everything taken care of. Yes, we definitely want to hear from you. We know you are one of the source callers here on the Edge. So yes, we had one person reference the accidents that are taking place. And while we're at it, I would like to say condolences to the family of the late Mop. Not sure of his correct name, but yes, he was involved in that accident over in Keys. And, I hope that everything turns out fine. But yes, we're definitely, it's getting really, really overbearing right now. As you know, last year we had, I think 13 road fatalities. So, yeah. We definitely need to ensure that, we're not killing each other or killing ourselves in these traffic accidents. Again, our numbers 662-8674, 465-1977, 465-1903. For you guys who are, as I say, interested in American politics, as a lot of us are, tomorrow marks 100 days that Donald Trump has been in. It seems like 100 years with the amount of stuff that's been going on in the USA. So yeah, let's talk about it. We can also talk about the elections. Today's election day in Trinidad and Tobago. The main parties involved, of course, are the PNM under Prime Minister Stuart Young. As you know, Rowley, he resigned some months ago as leader of I think he's still leader of the party, but he's not leader of government or prime minister anymore. So yes, election in Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, as you know, I'm a big proponent and representative of the National Carnival Committee. Don't know how many of you have been on social media today, but we've unleashed or released our slogan. It's sweet to the core, Sugar Mass 54. So we're getting ready. There's lots of activities to talk about. Earlier I mentioned, of course, the Labor Day March. There's been lots of contention about it over the years. You can give us a call on that. Of course, we have the folks who are proponents of our tight relationship or closer relationship with Africa as well. So we got a lot of food out there for thought. Give us a call, of course. We're going to take our first break today, and we'll come right back after, and we'll be expecting your calls, of course.
ZIZ Radio, entertaining the nation, enjoyed by the world.
All cars and trains, boats and planes are heading straight to St. Kitts from June 26th to June 28th for the 2025 St. Kitts Music Festival. Featuring Young Brother, Kester Bad, Shensia, Toujours, Barrington Levy, Patrice Roberts, Spice, Romaine Vogo, Ira Star, Jennifer Hudson, and the world boss himself, Vibes Cartel, and much, much more. Get your tickets now at StKittsMusicFestival.com. The 2025 St. Kitts Music Festival, June 26th to June 28th, where music meets paradise.
Cricket fans, it's time to break out! ZIZ 96.1 FM brings you the West Indies Breakout League. April 29th to May 10th. Guyana, Trinidad, Jamaica, Barbados, Windwards and Leewards battling out for T20 glory. Big matches, fierce rivalries, and a thrilling final on May 10th. Stay tuned to ZIZ 96.1 FM, your home for cricket updates and all the live action.
Hey, guess what? It's Radio Market.
Call in and sell your merchandise. You can negotiate, give away and trade.
We on radio, internet and TV.
Like us, share us and subscribe to
ZIZonline.com.
And remember, we don't sell nothing over $5,000. Join us every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock right here on ZIZ Radio. Call 465-6120, 465-1903, 662-8674 or 718-577-2916. ZIZ Radio, giving back to the people.
From the heart of ZIZ Radio comes a political talk show like no other. The Edge, with host Devin Cornelius giving you his take on the biggest stories happening in governance today. Got something to say? Let's hear it. Give us a call at 869-465-2555, Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. One solid hour of in-depth analysis of the machinery that makes our country tick. The Edge, cutting into the matters at hand.
The views and opinions expressed by participants and callers during this program are solely their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, opinions, or policies of ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation, its management, or sponsors. The station accepts no responsibility for statements made.
All right, welcome back to The Edge. And as I was mentioning, I know there's a lot of us who paid particular attention to the elections in the U.S. last November. And, I mean, you know, I saw the back and forth between folks of Caribbean heritage, or even folks who lived here in the Caribbean who probably didn't have a stake in the race as it relates to voting. Yeah, I mean, there were lots of folks who supported Donald Trump, President Trump, but he has gone through, 100 days? Well, today makes 99. Tomorrow will be the 100th day. The 100 days since he was inaugurated back there in January. And I'm going to read an article from CNN kind of giving us some highlights as to, what's going on with the polls. The article is entitled CNN Data Guru Touts Historic Poll Showing Trump Most Unpopular President Since 1953. Wow, that's a lot of years. So President Donald Trump might want to take stock of a historic new poll that has him down as the worst president since modern polling began. These numbers are just horrible. There's no way to sugarcoat it. CNN data guru Harry Enton said while diving into the results of a new survey the network released on Sunday. Full results of CNN's poll show that MAGA, which is Make America Great Again, president's rating have plummeted by 7 points since the end of February to a measly 41%. That's the lowest for any president within 100 days of assuming office, usually a honeymoon period for a new president since Dwight D. Eisenhower first took office in 1953. At 43%, hardly a greater number of people believe Trump is currently carrying out a necessary shakeup in Washington, with a whopping 57% saying his agenda has unnecessarily put the United States' national interests at risk. You don't have to be a mathematical genius. 41% approve of him now. Enton went on. What's so notable here is that throughout his second term as president, he appeared to be running ahead of where he was in his first term. That is no longer the case. The network further noted that the previous record of 44% within the first few months of the White House, now shattered by 3 points, was also set by Trump during the first few months of his presidency back in 2017. So that's an article there from CNN, basically, talking to the president and ensuring that he takes stock of these historic numbers as well. And I know you may say, well, hey, how does that affect us here in the Caribbean? It sure does, because we have lots and lots of people who live out there, and some of them we know may not be so certain at this particular time, because even U.S. citizens, even kids, are being sent home. So listen, if you have any meat in the pot, give us a call here at 1-869-662-8674. You can also call us at 465-1903 or 465-1977, and let's have a discussion. And as I said, we're open today, so you can bring up any topic that you want to, or you can, talk about stuff. As I mentioned, the Labor Day weekend is coming up. We're expecting the Labor Day march, and of course, I haven't seen any flyers as yet, but I know the People's Action Movement normally have all their function at PAM headquarters, and then Patsy Allersfield is where the Labour folks will be, of course, on Monday. We're also talking about, let's talk about our traffic in St. Kitts. Is it too many vehicles? Is it too many distractions? What are the distractions? Are people driving too fast? Are they going over the speed limit? Is the traffic department, police doing enough as well? These are all questions that, we have that can be answered. And, who takes the ultimate responsibility when something like what happened over the weekend? I think there was an accident maybe Friday, Saturday. Then, of course, I saw something again this morning where that might have been something last night over in Saddlers where a pole was knocked down. So, yeah, give us a call. We're waiting your call so that we can discuss any of these matters. Again, our number is 662-8674, 465-1977, 465-1903. And I'm referencing these numbers because these are all brand new numbers. The 662-8674 is a little bit older. And since we're here broadcasting in our new spanking brand studio, yes, we're making sure that we get everything right. Of course, you can also call us and let us know what you think about the studio. I see that we've had quite a few visitors so far. So yes, Trump, traffic accident, the Pope.
While we wait for a phone call to come in, I'm just reading something here that legendary Calypso Rose, real name Linda MacArthur Monica Sandy Lewis, turned 85 years today. 85 years. And looking good. And it says here that she started writing songs at the age of 13 and has composed over 1,000 songs and recorded more than 20 albums. So one of our legends there.
Yeah, and she's still going strong.
And still functioning.
I know.
Still functioning.
I know she.
So.
Yeah, we have quite a few of them that's up in age as well. I think Nelson turned 94 recently.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And he's still very active. We saw him here in St. Kitts, I think, last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was a powerful performance. We don't have any, I don't think we have anybody who's up there as yet here in St. Kitts. Nevis, any of our legends. I don't think Elimat is up there as yet, and so we got a ways to go. But yes, MacArthur Lewis.
It's a blessing, man.
I know.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, not the kind of blessing that Blacker Dan sang about, but
that's a different blessing.
A different kind of blessing altogether. So yes, give us a call. We're awaiting your call. And as I said, you can bring up any topic that you feel like, or you can address something that to us is very dear to our heart. These traffic accidents, something have to give, and it needs to give in a very positive way as well. And speaking about music, I know there was an interview here on Saturday with the EBJ. They're having a pan concert, and that comes off on the 18th of May at the Sir Cecil Jacobs Auditorium. And yes, it's going to be a night to remember. As you know, Pan has taken a pan has taken this upturn here again in St. Kitts. Seems as if we're, going back to the days of Coca-Cola and Texaco and Don Q and some of those other bands who were around back in the day. Of course, that was the sold out show last Carnival. So guys are encouraging you to pick up your tickets from members of the band. They're usually at the St. Johnson's Community Center doing their rehearsals, and they're going to be bringing in some international panists from around the Caribbean and the USA to be part of it. Renegades, Mr. Duvan will be here, and Mr. Khan out of Antigua as well, he is now the arranger with the Hell's Gate Steel Band, which is the reigning champions in Antigua as well. So there's lots of activities coming up. Of course, we call it the Summer of Fun here in St. Kitts. And also in Nevis, of course, don't forget that the Mango Festival is coming up. And I don't know. I haven't seen I've seen like an early showcase of mangoes, and then all of a sudden it's gone quiet. It's gone quiet again. So we're hoping that we'll have enough mangoes to ensure that. I mean,
I think the mango season this year has kind of suffered a little bit. A lot of the mango trees, they seem to be either late bloom or they lost their young early this year. Folks who have mango trees like myself, my neighbor, and a few around, I've seen that you have a lot of small mangoes on the ground. They're not really mature. I don't know what could be the problem, if it's lack of rain or whatever, I don't know. But that seems to be the problem this year. So
yeah, I mean, I've seen that as well.
Somebody from agriculture could give us a call and sort of give us an update as to what is the possibility. Because for some reason, the mango trees this year has not really produced well as they normally do, or it's sort of late. Because usually around April you got a good yearning of mangoes. My favorite mango is grafted, and I'm not getting any calls at all from my suppliers.
Yeah, well, I like grafted as well too. And of course the Nevis Poly is a favorite of many folks down here. So I'm sure we'll be probably getting a bunch of stuff that's infused with the mango for the Mango Festival up in Nevis. And of course, after that you have the Culturama 51, if I'm not mistaken, and they're ready to go as well. So yes, we have a packed summer started. I mean, in St. Kitts and Nevis, of course, as I mentioned earlier, there's like 3 or 4 different cricket tournaments that's going to take place here. And then, of course, we have a music festival at the end of June. So that's just over 2 months away. 2 months away for the St. Kitts Music Festival. All right, so let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to The Edge.
Good morning. A pleasant morning to both of you gentlemen in the office.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I'm going to start from the back and come to the front. And he is talking about mangoes. You know how areas deal with it, right?
Very good way.
And I think what happens is that if you pay attention over the years, there's time when mango has its season, not in the sense of coming out, but they change, I think, because of the atmosphere, the climate, or whatever. You'll have times when they are big and full in body, go to their full capacity, and other times you'll find that they come very small and tends to fall off the tree but don't hold on for a very long period of time. I've seen a trend like that been happening over the years. Some of them just don't mature to a very large size, and then you got for next season comes in maybe a year after, 2 years after, where you get that full-blown mangoes that we're so accustomed to. So maybe it's just the season for that. Plus, there's so many things that we've been dealing with. You know, we got a constant influx of Sahara just over the past years, which we wasn't dealing with before. So, you know, there's a lot of things in the climate change that will affect our foods as well as it affect the human race and our health. So maybe that is why you're seeing your mangoes not coming to their full potential that they usually do.
That's very interesting. Go ahead.
Speaking about the traffic and the accidents that's taking place on our beautiful island, this is so hard and it's sad. Someone called in and said there's a lot of distraction. I'm not going to really say it's a lot of distraction because distractions was always there. In the sense that, yes, we have cell phones and stuff like that, but then you have persons who would not drive the way they're supposed to drive, or persons stopping suddenly in front of you. We have to admit that over the years there have been a lot of distractions, so it is not based on distraction. The problem is in today's world and today's society, you're having people, remember the age back in the day when we were growing up with 21 for voting and driver's license?
Yes.
That years has cut down. You can get your permit, you can get your driver's license even before you're 21 years old. The respect for the drivers, the respect for pedestrians, the respect for the road traffic is not there anymore. People are driving recklessly, not because of distraction, but because they want to get to where they're going in a hurry, or getting to go somewhere where they don't need to be rushing. There's another thing where people want to leave. I'm going to say something. Have you ever noticed that drivers are going to go to a business establishment and they want to park right in front of the door so they come out of their car and they just go into the door, go into the business?
Yes.
They don't want to look for a parking spot that's going to make them walk 2 seconds or a minute and a half. And that's the problem. We have to leave for an appointment or work or whatever it is, and we have to leave at be there for 10. But people are going to leave home at 10 o'clock and still expect to reach there for 10. It's utterly impossible. It can't happen. You have to give yourself time. Remember, we are now dealing with traffic lights, which slows down a lot of you rushing from here to there. When you get to a traffic stop, you're not going to be only one there standing at the traffic stop waiting for the light to change. You're going to meet 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 cars. And you have to wait until that traffic light comes on to give you the right way to go. But people are rushing because they want to beat the traffic light. People are rushing because they want to get to wherever they're going to, knowing fully well that they're already late. That is causing unnecessary accidents. That are causing people to lose their life because we have lost that utmost respect for each other. We have lost that utmost respect for the traffic laws. And it's sad. It's really sad, Ronnie and Monarch, sorry. We are not the type of human beings, or we're not the kind of people that we were before that was more conscious of what's happening around us, what's taking place. We keep saying it. Please drive with caution. Please drive with respect, because the life you save might be your own.
Absolutely.
How do you feel when you know that you caused an accident because you were rushing to get to some place because you was already late?
I know.
And it was not just an accident that happened and it's gone. Someone lost their life. How do you open your eyes and take in that impact? How do you feel? Where's the remorse? Why are we not understanding that when someone closes their eyes in death, they don't come back? Why do we seem to think that it's just something that happens and it just move on? Come on, we got to do better than that. Is it too many cars? I'm not going to say it's too many cars, because everybody needs a way of transportation to move around, and it's okay. It's the way that we are handling the road when we're behind the wheel of a vehicle. The lack of respect for each other. The constant rushing to get to nowhere and everywhere. Ronnie, we got to stop. Monarch, we got to stop. We got to realize that life is an important thing. Life matters, and people hurt when they lost a loved one, a family, or a friend. We got to do better. And like we said the other day, they had a topic on widening the roads. widen the roads. You just said people are passing people on the wrong side of the road. Widening the roads, it's only going to make things even more intense. It is so sad, and I'm so sorry.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think because listen, if you're late, you're not gonna be able to be early. You're not gonna get there any earlier. And if you get in an accident, you may not get there at all.
At all, exactly.
All right. Well, thanks for your call. We definitely appreciate it.
Have a good day. Take care.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Good.
All right. So let's see. I think we have another caller online. Let's see who.
Welcome to the Edge. Good morning.
Gentlemen, good morning to you all.
Yes.
Good morning.
Specifically, I just want to make note of the young lady's contribution just a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Did you understand anything significant of a statement because of traffic? What it is, you may have heard, but I have listened. I'm quite sure you heard. You may not know what I'm talking about. Now you're going to hear. People want to go and park their vehicles right in front of where they're going to work and where they live. And traffic is not just movement of vehicles. Traffic is vehicle park on the road.
Mm-hmm.
The traffic department for years, and people can testify, not just me, but I have punctuated this many of times. They need to get the Island Main Road clear. Traffic, we have a 2-lane road. Most of the time, 1 lane is occupied with parked vehicles for a long time, night after night. Sandy Point, Carry On, Challengers, and I can go on and say more, but they need to. They had no space conveniently for any emergency vehicle until something takes place. Gentlemen, I thank you all for listening and have a good day. Goodbye.
Thank you. That's a very important point because, I drive through these areas, some of the villages and towns that he mentioned, and yes, it's really just ridiculous that you have to be peeping out from behind a car to make sure nothing is coming down because you got 5 vehicles parked on the road permanently, I guess overnight or sometimes even during the day.
Well, I got to jump in there and say, yes, I understand where you're coming from, but you also got to understand that there are a lot of people who lives on the main road and don't have a garage or access to even building a garage because of how it was back in the time, right? So we're going to have that problem whether you you like it or not. Sandy Point suffers that daily.
Yep.
Really, really, really bad. Most of the times you go to Sandy Point, family leave, Cleverly Hill, coming down till you reach outside where just before you go down to go at Fig Tree, you have that congestion.
So you're talking about that road that turns off
the main road.
Off the main road,
so from
not way up.
Yeah, just above by the church.
Yes.
Yeah, and so because people live on the main road.
Yeah. But I don't know, maybe one of the suggestions could be this. We got a lot of abandoned properties around. Maybe we can, utilize some of those spots for parking.
The way that those abandoned properties are owned, and only when you need them, they're totally owned. Okay? When they harbor in the rats and everything else, the owner, you can't find them. But if you start to say, I like that piece of land, they jump out the bush and say, it's mine. And so that's a problem.
It is. But I think that something definitely needs to be done as it relates to parking on the main road. Well, let's see.
You got our next caller?
Good morning. Welcome to the Edge.
Hi, good morning. This is Gwyneth Byron calling. As you know, I live on the main road.
Yes.
I have a very nice, fancy SUV. The truth. Now, when I'm driving from east to west to try to get into my yard, I'm very conscious of the ignorance on the road with drivers. It's really awful, and we all know that's why we're having this conversation. When I reach joggies on the main road, I'm very conscious that I need to put on my indicator, because I know I'm going to have to swing to the right in order for the big SUV to get into my yard. I cannot hug the left. The people behind me, I would slow down and start to drive really slowly because I know I have the angle. They see me angling on the opposite side, ensuring that no oncoming traffic so I can angle. Do you know when I'm about to turn into my yard, there is the person behind me driving past my gate?
trying to overtake you, yes.
That happens from time to time, so I'm very conscious of it.
Yes.
I mean, this is the ignorance that's been done on the road at this point in time. People don't realize that every time you have to tell a mechanic to remove a small dent, he wants almost $1,000. At the same time, you're endangering people's lives, not just your vehicle, but you, the person who's the driver, and also the other person driving. It seems as though people are not concerned about their vehicles, the costs, and their lives, and the lives of other people.
Yep.
And it's very, very sad because it's a real problem. I don't have a problem so much driving on the road because when I'm driving and I see people coming into stop signs, I blow my horn, even at night, even though there's light. Because you have to think about the other driver who's going to be doing something stupid.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And so oftentimes you find I would let people pass, go ahead of me. I'm not in a rush. Where can I be in a rush in St. Kitts? There's no place to rush. This is a small society.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So when people come down in stop signs, if you go let them go ahead, let them go. I saw a crazy accident last week on 4th Street between Royal Bank area and the Circus, the Clock. And that person who was coming from Liverpool Road, that person was wrong. No, I mean, as you say, when they create accidents, they don't get anywhere in a hurry. You have to call the police. They take a while to come. So this is just pure ignorance. Even when somebody has the right of way, just let them go. You recognize the antics that they're practicing, let them go. At least you will live to see another day.
Exactly.
I mean, I keep on telling people the cemetery doesn't call us unnecessarily. Why do we want to go there? You know? Have a good day.
All right, take care. I know, and listen, driving for other people as well. I mean, it prevents that
driving defensive. That's how you do it. You're looking out for the other person because you know what you're capable of, but you're not aware of what that other person. As a matter of fact, when you're driving in the night, one of the things that I do sometimes when I'm driving in the night, especially late, and you're on a, like, let's say, a country road or one of those straight road where people kind of go down on the gas a little bit more. When I see an approaching vehicle, I tend to hit the high beam and see how you respond. Because 9 out of 10 times, you might not even be aware of where you are. You might be snoozing slowly, And so when you hit me back, I say, okay, he's up. Because trust me, you don't know what is going on with some of these late night run-ins. And if you look at it, a lot of these accidents on the main road, especially on the main road, this is the ones that does mess with me. Head-on collision shouldn't be possible because head-on collision means somebody went dead wrong.
Is not paying
if you
attention.
come out of a road, you come out of an intersection, or you come on a corner, you goot somebody, that's different. But head-on on a straight road, somebody is dead wrong.
I know.
Somebody left the lane, and so that is the most dangerous one.
Could it be? I don't know. I'm speculating because how many accidents how many accidents do we have where somebody from a different jurisdiction, say a different country, like America, they drive on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
And I know quite a few times, not now.
Yeah, in the old
but in the past, I'm in a stop and I'm like, okay, I have to stop and think exactly where I'm gonna turn, which side I need to be on.
Yeah. We got our next caller.
Good morning. Welcome to the Edge.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Ronnie.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes. Well, my main call this morning, I put tell Jazzy the howdy.
Okay.
No, make a contribute more, man.
Oh, I was
okay.
I was just about to give you her number.
Yeah.
Sounds like a brewing love affair here.
And tell me something. Me not hear Nittal. Mr. Nittal is still around.
Nittal?
I haven't seen him for a while, but I think he's still around.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he had some complications at one time, but we won't go further than that.
Okay.
All right.
Can I go into the Bible a little bit? Can I?
Yes, go ahead. It's an open line today.
Yes. So let me deal with compassion. I mean, compassion or something that gone out the door somewhat. And one fulfillment of the scripture, man shall be lovers of themselves. So, when you compare that, you got a lot of distraction around you. But Ronnie and Monarch, sometimes you're on the road. Well, like your Monarch, as me listen to you, you don't concentrate. You're a man that concentrate a lot. But plenty people on the road. Trust me, them on the road and they're behind the wheel, right? But you know, their mind probably ahead from the doctor office appointment. You see, you're on the road, yes, but you focus somewhere.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's a big problem. Ronnie, you ever, and Monarch, you ever in a position that somebody come out and you by the standby and you see, well, somebody can get. So you know, push yourself out on the road like one policeman and I try to stop. And nobody about you.
I know. It's the courtesy.
Yes.
The courtesy sometimes is very, very, very not there. If I can say it that way. I mean, we need to drive with courtesy because that prevents a lot of accidents as well. And road rage.
And you wonder, well, where the house be burned down, where the fire be, you guys me?
Yep. Absolutely. You are correct. And we see it every single day.
Yeah. Anyway, that might look a bit for now.
All right, well, thanks for
thanks for the contribution.
Yes. Thanks for chiming in. Hey, listen, we got a hybrid Carib on YouTube. Says good morning. What happened to Devon? Devon is on vacation. He'll be back on the 9th, I think, the 9th of May, if I'm not mistaken.
Around there.
So Devon will come back to take over. Got a comment here from Bury Jones. He says, I believe we need a ban on large vehicles. We just need compact cars in the Federation and also limitation of number of vehicles per household.
By the way, it's not the large vehicles getting in the accident.
I know.
It's the compactors, huh?
I know. Let's see. So Bury continues. He says, the disputes of land and, properties in general between family members create a lot of the abandoned properties disputes.
Yes,
not getting solved.
That's a fact.
Well, yeah. And,
that is a fact.
But you know what? I mean, the government has the authority to, I don't know.
I think they did said they was going to pass that in the House.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
What is it? Something eminent domain or something like that?
Yes. I don't know if it went all the way through.
Okay. Yeah, because I think that we need to start utilizing these properties, taking them off the main road because we have a lot of them on the main road as well. And
especially in Sandy Point.
Yeah.
If you can like really back-to-back houses.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
From what I gathered, I was speaking to somebody and they was telling me, boy, Rascal, you wouldn't believe the back side of Sandy Point is where the development is now, So if you go around in the back, they got houses around there, you can't believe,
I know.
6 stories building or so. So they have abandoned the front end. Maybe then, eventually we might be able to open up the roads if everybody abandoned the front and go around to the back. Like our friend said, what she said? She started from the back and come into the front?
Yeah, I know.
She started from the front and the back.
Bury Jones has said as well, indicating that your turning into your driveway is important for the drivers behind you. But in the meanwhile, when you're making those wide turns, you still got to keep your eyes on them.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to, because trust me, I got in a wreck right in the same area that Gwyneth was referring to, at the gas station where I'm turning into the gas station, and what do they call them? 4-wheeler, 3-wheeler, whatever they call
a quad bike.
The quad bikes.
Yes.
Slammed into me. And I got the ticket. I don't know why, but I don't know why.
You didn't do the hand signal.
Oh,
you got to do the hand signal also. Yeah.
Sounds like a new vibe song. Anyway, the penalty of another commenter here says the penalty for traffic violation is not a deterrent. Here they'll throw the book at you and your insurance will increase. And I think they're talking about in the United States, because that's what it is.
They have increased those penalties now.
Oh, yeah, your premiums. I mean, the insurance.
Massive increase in now.
The insurance are not going to pay for your vehicle. You're at fault, and not increase the premiums.
They look forward to that. They look forward to you making a mistake.
Yeah, I know. Bury also says, what happens when a vehicle approaching you with one headlight, but the headlight is closer to the curb,
and you think it's a bike?
You can possibly hit that vehicle head on
it's a motorbike
on the side closer.
Hey, like I said, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. If that person come over in yours, then that's different. But if you're in your lane and they got one light or no light at all, you all will pass each other successfully.
Exactly,
that's
because
the most important thing.
If they're close to the curb,
your lane.
If they're close to the curb and you hug your lane, you should be.
Yeah, but I've seen that many times and think it's a motorbike, and then when you get closer, you say, "Oh boy, it's a car." You know.
I know.
So especially if it's on a road where there's no light, street light.
But I've seen in the past that the traffic department seems to be out at nights in certain areas now, as well, not only during the daytime, because sometimes I think at night it definitely helps to be out there to ensure that people get home safe. Some people go out, they're probably a little tired on their way home. I mean, that's one of the other things as well. When you're tired, listen, I'm not moving. I am not moving until I feel comfortable enough to drive.
But you see, the traffic system in St. Kitts is a little different, though, because I've spoken to at least one or two of the commanders of traffic on the radio stations, where I pointed out to them where it seems like only the traffic police enforces the traffic laws. It doesn't seem like all police does it. So it's like, when the traffic police is off the road, it's a free-for-all. In other countries, every police is a traffic police, especially in the United States. I mean, you don't have to be a trooper to pull you over.
So is it that they don't have jurisdiction here in St. Kitts?
They say they do, but they say that the other police them don't really assist.
No, because I've seen some crazy stuff right there in Boston. You have police all around.
But they don't see themselves as traffic police. So for me, it seems almost as if they don't know the traffic laws because they're not in the traffic, and so they don't get involved. As a matter of fact, if something happened and a police officer there, you might hear him say, "Call the traffic police." And so that's where the problem is.
But if you run the light,
but you know how many cases they've solved by just pulling over the vehicle?
Exactly.
Sometimes a body in the trunk.
Oh, I know. I was just reading about a case in St. Thomas. They stopped some guy for speed. Well, no, he had a tinted window, tinted windscreen, and they stopped him. And of course, they found a pound of marijuana.
Yep. That's what happens.
He's now on the other side of the fence.
But isn't marijuana free?
Well, that's St. Thomas. This was in St. Thomas, not here in St. Kitts.
I guess it's the marijuana that's feeding. But I mean, so I think that they need to work on that and that department where after hours, these traffic polices are still functional. Because one of the things that I observe many a times, and I brought it to Mr. Henry, I brought it to Benji before. function, the traffic police comes and they put up some barricades. The function finishes at, give and take a few, 12 o'clock, midnight. And after 1, 2 o'clock, the barricades are still there because the traffic seems to be sleeping. Nobody getting up out of the bed to move it and relieve it. So if you can go down that road from 8 to 12, after 12 you still can't go down until 6 in the morning.
Because the barricades are still there.
The barricades are still there. That happens at Warner Park, Victoria Road, often. I live in that area, so I see it all the time. And so those are things that shows, well, you're not functioning 24 hours. You're just functioning at a particular time. And as they usually say, when the cat is away, the mice will play. We got a next caller.
Good morning. Welcome to the Edge.
Ronnie and Monarch make a get this one here, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to say where the island be. But no man shot for sure. Let me travel with one lady. And let me tell you, them big truck?
Yeah.
Them big truck, one big truck, no blazing coming towards us.
Wow.
And she panicked and leg on the wheel. And me on the passenger side. Hold the wheel. And guys, she foot still on the gas. So at that time, me become an angel at that moment.
Wow.
You get that?
Yes.
So let me tell you, you still got nervous people still out there on the road. You get that?
Well, that definitely is true. Hey, listen, I probably get nervous too if I see a 18-wheeler coming at me.
Yeah, but the 18-wheeler I'm on his side, but she look like the 18-wheeler and I'm going to come and crush it.
I know. Well, when you're on these small roads, that happens.
Have you ever seen the concrete trucks coming at you?
So lucky thing now that, well, maybe not the passenger side, but because me could drive. And me see she leg on the wheel, me just hold the wheel and just
Wow.
Just hold it. But she foot still on the gas. You see the bike?
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, if you leg on the wheel, take your foot off of the gas.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hey guys, listen. Yeah, thanks for your call.
That's great, man. That's good judging, man. Good judgment,
Yeah.
Okay, so
we're up against
time.
Yes, we're up against the 12 o'clock news. Thanks again for joining us here on The Edge. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Okay, well, just letting you know that we'll not have any midday news today. We are experiencing some difficulties at the moment, so we'll not be having any midday news today. But thanks a lot for staying and sticking with us on The Edge.
ZIZ Radio, entertaining the nation, enjoyed by the world.
Do you have a dear mother?
Moments for Mom is ZIZ tribute to all mothers. Do you want to do something truly unforgettable for your mom this Mother's Day?